Over a month ago, I made up several freezer meals using chicken breast, and in this video we're making ranch chicken, and I'm going to show you how I prepped it, and then I'm going to take it from the freezer to the fridge, and we're going to cook it in the Instant Pot and to the table, all the way through. Plus, if you have leftover noodles like I did, I'll show you what we did with them. Welcome to Thrifty Recipes. If you're new here, I'm Vicki, and today we're going to make some freezer meals using chicken breasts. I am cooking today for 2 people. You can use the smaller 3-quart Instant Pot to make these meals, or you can put them in a 6-quart Instant Pot, that's fine. And you can double or triple the recipe. But everything that I'm showing you today is for 2 people. These are fresh chicken breasts, obviously, they're not frozen. And you know what? They are so thick. They're not even double layer. They are just super heavy. I'm going to need to trim all of these in half. This is part that you typically don't see when people are doing meal prep, but it's part of it. So I figured I should just show you because, you know, it's not all glamorous. It's not all just dump everything in a pot. You have to do some prep work, whether that's chopping up onions or trimming the meat. There's always prep work. I find that if I get it started and put my hand on top and just hold my fingers straight, that seems to work pretty good. It didn't cut there. Now we have 2 chicken breasts out of 1. Let's make some ranch chicken. I'm going to use 1 cup of chicken broth. You know, I'm still in the first container, and it almost makes it. I think between this and the natural juices, I'll be at my 1 cup. So I got 4 meals so far. Well, this is my 5th one, so I'm getting 5 meals so far out of 1 container of chicken broth. Let's add the pack of ranch seasoning. This is a dry mix to make your own ranch dressing, but we're going to make ranch chicken. I'm going to break it up a little bit because it's a little crunchy in here. Into that, I'm going to add 1 can of cream of chicken soup. And 6.5 ounce can of mushrooms drained. A teaspoon of wet minced garlic. Again, make it your own. Put in here what you like as far as your seasonings. The soup has salt in it already, so I'm only going to put about ½ a teaspoon of salt, ½ a teaspoon of pepper. I'm going to add some Italian seasoning, about a teaspoon. Why not? We can do whatever we want. Let's take it off the stand, zip it part way, start getting the air out of it as much as you can. Finish zipping it closed. And give it a little mix. Check your seal, spread it out, lay it flat, and I'll add it to my sheet pan to go into the freezer. Before I put it in the freezer, I wrote the date and the name, ranch chicken. About a week later, I pulled it from my freezer, thawed it out in my refrigerator overnight. Ranch chicken. Need to get that into the Instant Pot. It's still just a little bit frozen, so I'm going to put it probably at 25 minutes. But first, let's get our lid on. And I've got it plugged in the back, and we're going to put it on sealing, not venting. It's going to beep at you. We're going to choose pressure cook. It is on high. Because it's still a tad frozen, I'm going to go for 25 minutes. It'll come up to pressure. This will raise up. As I said, it's on sealing, not venting. Okay, what that beeping is telling you is that it's on, and it will have to build pressure for about 10 minutes or so before it starts cooking. And with the ranch chicken, I'm going to make some egg noodles. That should go really well. Time to get the noodles in. I'm going to drain the noodles. Always a few stragglers. The pressure valve has dropped. See that it's dropped. It's on release. And I'm going to open it up carefully. Always turn it away from you so that you don't get burned from the initial steam. And I'm going to take advantage of the holder. I'm doing this backwards, but the holder to hold the lid. Let's take a look at this. Looks good. And I'm going to get the chicken out first and then put the noodles in here just for a few minutes. It got a little bit brown. It must have been sitting on the bottom a little bit. All right, let me put the noodles in here so we can soak up some of this wonderful ranch broth. Let's add the noodles. I don't want to get splashed, so I'm just doing a few at a time. I probably made too many. I have a tendency to make too many noodles. Let's give this a little stir. Looks like chicken noodle soup, doesn't it, Mark?
Sort of.
And then I will get this plated and we will have dinner. It smells great. Sorry about the darkness in our kitchen. It started raining outside and got just a little bit dark in here. So let's get some noodles. As I said, they smell so good. And then I'll get the chicken put back in here. And I think this is going to shred up great. And then how about just a little bit of parsley? I don't have any fresh parsley, but I've got a little bit of dry parsley here. And dinner is served. All right, let's see how tender this is. Oh yeah, it's just shredding apart, just like I thought it would. Look at all that ranch dressing and broth that I've got here, and it has mushrooms in it. Just mix it up a little. In fact, I could add more of the broth if I like, but let's give this a taste. Some noodles and some chicken. It's hot. It's hot. Very moist, very, very moist, very delicious. It tastes like my mom or grandma cooked this for hours. Country cooking at its finest. And what about those leftover noodles and all that great broth? Well, we have quite a few noodles left over and there's mushrooms in there, and I want to make sure that we eat all of this up. So I just opened up a can, a chicken breast can. I just drained it and shredded it, and I'm just going to add this. I stirred it up. It looks good. Put it in the fridge, and we will have another meal for the week. Ranch chicken. It's a keeper. If you like these kind of videos, be sure to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Vicki with Thrifty Recipes, and I'll see you soon.